Hey guys, it is Joe Knows Hustle here, and in today's video I made a quick presentation and we're going to talk about traffic sources for 2019. So first off, for newbies out there, what is a traffic source? Simply put, a traffic source is the origin from which someone discovered your site. Pretty simple. Common traffic sources are Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Google, email. That kind of gives you an idea what we're talking about here. In the picture you can see your website, and then you have all of the different kinds of traffic sources, links from other sites, contents and blogs, email marketing, social media ads, organic search. You get the point. So the types of different traffic sources. For the most part, there are two types of traffic: paid and free. Both have their advantages, disadvantages, similarities, and differences. We're going to talk about those. Paid traffic. Paid traffic is obviously paid for. This type of traffic is controlled and trackable by analytics through the platform used to publish the ads, the most popular one being Facebook and Google. Organic traffic sources that are free to use, such as SEO, search engine optimization, Facebook, Instagram posts, blog posts, YouTube videos, Instagram posts, things like that. So choosing the right source for you, depending on your business, there are certain traffic sources that will benefit you more than others. Most cases, getting visitors to your page is about having the right mix of relevant sources. I see a lot of times when I'm looking at things, and people, they try to get into so many different things. They're watching all of these YouTube videos, and one guy's saying, I'm doing amazing work from leveraging email marketing. It's been the biggest growth factor of my business. Or another guy's like, YouTube ads have just been insanely effective getting me results for my business. Or another guy's like, Facebook marketing. If you're not using Facebook marketing, going all in on Facebook marketing, you are leaving money on the table. And all those guys are true in their own way. There's going to be a traffic source that works best for your business. What works for restaurants might not work as well for retail agents. What works for retail agents may not work as well for someone looking to promote their agency. So you gotta know and figure out what's best for you. And finding the right source is a process of researching and understanding what has worked for people in the past, as well as doing your own experimentation. Like I said, you got to do research from what other people have done. You can look back and you can look up and search effective ways to promote a restaurant, and it's going to say, SEO, having established SEO, having your, being Google certified, making sure that your information shows up on Google when somebody's in your area. Running Google ads, so when someone searches for restaurants in downtown Detroit, your ad shows up and they can click and see your menus and directions to your place. And some of it too is going off and, if you have the budget to do it, is experimenting and trying different things, putting some money into Facebook ads, putting some money into Google, putting some money into Pinterest ads, and then objectively looking at the data and say, wow, this worked greater than this. It seems like people were more receptive here than they were there. And, just looking at everything in a bigger picture, thinking, and then bringing it all together and deciding what's best for your business. This is a really good point. Clicks and traffic don't equate to dollars. Just because you can get thousands of people to come into your site does not mean that you're going to get them to take action. Remember, trust is a huge part of marketing success. This comes from branding, PR, building credibility over time. I see a lot of people that come in and they just think, if I can just get it in front of people, they will buy. If they can just see my product, if they can just see my service, they'll be just amazed and instantly buy. And we all know that that's not the case. It's numbers and click through ratios and, counting the amount of visitors, that data is important to, part of the success of your campaigns. But, another huge part is the branding, the PR, and, building that trust, which is built over, months and, years. They say it takes like 5+ years to become an established business, and a recognizable brand. So it's not going to happen overnight. So let's talk about organic traffic. Like I said, organic traffic is free traffic, but now when I say free, what you're trading for money, you are replacing with hard work. I know a lot of guys that have free traffic, they leverage free traffic, but the flip side of that is, although they have free traffic, they have a great following, they have great trust. It's been built up over time. They've worked very hard and they've created many relationships with people, and it wasn't just overnight that all of a sudden they could post something on their personal Facebook page and people would just run to their offers. It doesn't work like that. So some of the organic traffic sources that we have are Facebook. Both personal and business pages allow you for linking outside to your page. Instagram allows you to put one link inside of your profile. So the way it works on Instagram is you make a post, maybe advertising some kind of special promotion, and you say, hey, make sure you click the link in the bio to get 15% off your next order. Snapchat allows you to swipe up to view your website, so someone could be going through your Snapchat story of your content marketing, and bam, it could be 25% off your next order, or check out this new special promotion we're doing for a limited time. Swipe up and it'll take you to a browser inside of Snapchat and it'll pull up. Email marketing, if you have existing emails, you can put those emails into a email marketing software and create a sequence to send them messages of different offers, what's going on with your business, and get traffic to your website. Paid traffic, this is you have to have a balance of paid traffic and organic traffic. But I think if you are limited on time and you have an abundance of money, your best bet is going to be paid traffic. You can put in $5-10 on Facebook ads and reach 1,000 to 5,000 people, and that's just not something that you're going to be able to do at your fingertips with organic free traffic, especially now with the way Facebook's algorithm and Instagram algorithms work. They're not showing you your post to as many people as they used to. Now they're only showing it to people, your close friends, family, people that you interact with a lot. So so Facebook is considered the most powerful marketing platform. Target people based on demographics, psychographics, consumer behavior, among other things. You can really get to know a person on Facebook better than many of your friends know your potential customers. I mean, really, that is the amount of data that Facebook has. Some people don't talk about data mining, all this stuff and that stuff, but when you're a marketer, you have to look past that, and you have to realize the vast opportunity that this data allows, for you to be able to reach your customer on a closer, more intimate relationship than ever before. And Facebook and Instagram ads are run within the same platform. So if you want to run an Instagram ad that shows up on Instagram, you do it through the Facebook advertising platform. And the way you go about running those ads is, I'm going to quickly go over it. You just set up a Facebook business account, and then, if you have a personal profile, you're allowed up to 2 accounts. Starting off, you can have a You can have a personal ad account, and then you can set up a business account, and then later on, if you need more, you can request more accounts. Influencers are extremely powerful and still probably the most underpriced marketing in today's date. Leveraging, you can leverage authoritative figures in your niche to promote your product or services. It works very well because you are borrowing their credibility. These people have put mass amounts of time, getting 35, 40, 50,000, 100,000, million followers. And, in their mind, it may not be necessarily true, but in their mind, they're thinking that they're only going to do relationship with businesses that they trust. And in many cases, that is true. And so going out and reaching out to these influencers, sending them messages, saying, when I used to do influencer marketing, I would just say, do you do promotional posts? And then the key is I would always say, how much do you charge, and let them give you your rate, because most of the time they don't know how much their page is worth. YouTube, target people, it's similar to Facebook in some ways. Target people based on demographics, YouTube watch history, life events, and because now that Google owns YouTube is leveraging Google's data to advertise to people on YouTube. And so you can advertise your website, your business, your location, promotions. Obviously within with Facebook and YouTube and Google, obviously all of these advertisements have to be within their policies. Make sure you're not breaking rules, things like that. Pinterest, target people based on their interest in keywords, search. So, and Pinterest, if you're a retail business, I believe Pinterest is the biggest profit driver for retail, more than any other social media. I mean, really, it is. Pinterest really is the social media of shopping. So if you are in the retail niche, you need to be looking into running Pinterest ads, because they're starting to have a pretty powerful platform. And I know a lot of people that through both organic and paid traffic, they're getting a lot of success. Google AdSense, target and advertise your website to people by targeting keywords your audience commonly search for. And people are trying to say that Google AdSense is going away and this thing and that thing. That just really is not the case. There are still a lot of people that use Google to search for their products and services. And the good thing about Google is the keywords that you target. Let's say I'm a real estate agent in Flint, Michigan. Using those keywords, saying real estate agent Flint, Michigan, or homes for sale Flint, Michigan, and then your ad shows up in the first two and the bottom two and on the side scroll. And they're actively searching, they're actively outreaching for somebody like that. And I find it's when they come to you, inbound marketing, you have a little bit more of the upper hand. Email marketing, you can leverage established email marketing lists to blast your offers to potential customers. And so what that means is you can go to different websites and you can pay them to let you leverage and use their emails. Maybe they have 1 million emails, maybe they have 2,000 emails, maybe they have 50,000 emails, and they charge you a price, per email that they send out to their the people in the email. And obviously, there's so many different ones. You have to find the ones that have good reviews and are actually related to your niche, because just going super broad and sending it to 5 million people that are not that related, you're not going to get much success. All right, I am in a completely different spot, wearing completely different clothes. The audio ended up desyncing, and part of that video got scrambled, corrupted somehow. I didn't have time to finish the video. So now I'm coming back to it, and we're gonna finish this video where we left off. So we left off, and we're just getting started to talk about search traffic. And so I kept, although these two are organic traffic for, say, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but I find that it's good to keep them in a separate area because they work so differently. And you remember me guys saying that you don't have as much control with organic traffic as you do with paid traffic. But I think on the side of search traffic, although it's considered free traffic, you have a lot more control, you have a lot more research you can do, you have a lot more tools to be able to analyze your market and keyword research, and Google has tools for that kind of thing, and Google working with YouTube, so there's shared data across the board with that. And organic free traffic, although it's free, maybe it's a little bit easier for organic free traffic is a little bit easier, I think, than search traffic, and I'm going to keep those separate because with search traffic, especially with SEO, there is no way of getting out of the hard work that you have to put in to be able to win the #1 spot on Google. They want to see that you are a genuine page, that when someone searches for something that you have to offer, that when that keyword is searched with the words that you targeted, if you want to show up on the first page, you better be the most relevant, valuable, and authentic person, or it better be the most authentic essay tutorial for Google to post it onto the first page. And so it says here, using SEO, search engine optimization, to make your page show up on the first page of Google. Like I said, easier said than done, and unless you think that it is worth you solely taking on this skill internally, and you think it will have such an effect on your business, which I think in a lot of people's cases maybe it will be, maybe it won't be, but even still, because it's such a time factor, I think it comes to a point of delegation where there's so much that goes into it. You're better off outsourcing, you're better off hiring an expert, freelancer, Fiverr, Upwork, things like that. And that's just my opinion. So YouTube, link your website to your YouTube videos. In order to get traffic worth your time, you'll need to use popular keywords in your title and description that are relevant to your video. And like I said, YouTube is owned by Google, and so there's a lot of cross-sharing of data and information that goes within that. We talked about with YouTube paid ads, you have the ability to leverage the demographics of the information that Google has collected, and I think it works kind of the same way now, as they're starting to interchange YouTube and Google, and YouTube also showing up on Google. So you have the potential, if your video is valuable enough, authentic, relevant to your title, your paragraph, and overall just a good video, you have the potential to be on the first page of of YouTube, but you also have the potential to be on the first page of Google, and which is obviously of a huge benefactor, because now not only are you getting search traffic from YouTube, which is major, but you're also getting it from Google, which is just, it's just a cherry on top. And so here's some uncommon and emerging traffic resources. The thing with digital marketing, if you've been paying attention, if you're in this field, you already know this, but if you're not, I'm going to fill you in that the field of marketing, the field of digital marketing is constantly changing with technology. It's constantly changing with consumer behavior. It's constantly changing with what what social media platform people prefer. Maybe people like Facebook now, but as time goes on, maybe it shifts to another new platform. Yeah, maybe YouTube is working now, but maybe people end up not liking YouTube, or something better comes out and they switch to that. Maybe it's harder to conceive, but it's a constant cycle, and it changes so rapidly and fast. And the people who get left behind are the people who stick in with their ways and do what is working now. And you have to have kind of a framework in your mind. I'm doing what's working right now and I'm getting results with it. But at the same time, you have to be thinking of, okay, what is the new and next thing? And what is at the rate that I should bring in this marketing strategy? And at what point does that market strategy outperform what I'm doing right now? Like I said, marketing, there's a lot of analytics into it. There's a lot of thinking that goes into it. And so you really have to look more than on the surface and really have a creative and an active mind to stay on top of these things. And it's emerging and uncommon, because some of these things that I'm talking about right here, they're not directly in front of your face. When you think about like digital marketing anymore, it's almost like everyone just talks about social media or search traffic, and there's more than just those things, and we're going to talk about some of those here. And one of those is SMS marketing, receiving end opts in to receive automated messages that link to promotion, social media, and anything related to their business. So you ever see those, text 6694 to blah, blah, blah to receive some special offer or whatever? They're doing that because when you do that, you opt into their SMS marketing, and it works, just like email marketing. You opt in, and then you receive messages, promotions, deals, upcoming events, things like that. But the thing about SMS is most people, when they get a message on their phone, they open it up. Your phone is sitting right next to you. I don't have mine on me right now, but it's sitting right next to you. It's in your pocket at most of the time. And text maybe not as much anymore, but still relevant. A lot of people still use text message. I know a lot of people use Messenger, and that's why in one of these points we're going to talk about that. But I think you're a lot more likely to open up an SMS immediately rather than, although email marketing is so effective, I think with email marketing the open rate isn't as high, and it takes longer for people to open their emails, because a lot of people have a habit of they check their emails in the morning, or they check their emails at night, kind of when they're doing their daily, nightly, or morning routine. But if SMS, you just hear it ding and you pull it out and you're looking at it. So the next thing is this kind of is alluding to what I was just talking about, is Messenger bot, similar to SMS, except on Facebook, ability to create chat bots, answer basic questions, and send promotions, and etc. I'm sure you can create automated messages and chat bots with SMS marketing too, but it is becoming more popularized, I would say, in Messenger bot. And Messenger bot is even more so powerful because I think they say Messenger has an open rate of like 90-something%, and which is similar to when Facebook email marketing came out. And so, people see, you get a message from Messenger, ding, you're instantly opening it because, it might be your friend, it might be your girlfriend. And so you instantly look and, oh, it's from my favorite brand so-and-so, and oh, wow, they're having a 25% off deal. Oh, wow, they're doing a giveaway or a sweepstakes. And, it just gives you boom, boom, boom right then and there. It gives you the information. And there's also the back end of that where you can program it to be able to have a conversation with your customer, answer basic questions based off of keywords they talk about. And then you can have information that pops up for phone call, address, and basic information that someone would need to be able to reach out to your business. And this is some kind of futuristic, in the future stuff, but it's good to keep on your mind because it is becoming a reality very, very quickly, and quicker than I think some people are imagining. And that is AR and VR. Still off in the future, but really the possibilities are endless. I mean, I remember there's an episode, Futurama, and they go into the VR world, the internet, and they just get swarmed and attacked by ads left and right everywhere they look, and they end up fighting off the ads. And hopefully it doesn't get that bad, but who knows? We kind of see what's going on with Facebook, and I will say, even as a marketer, I think Facebook has kind of overstepped their advertising, and it's kind of interrupted with their platform. But just imagine, you're playing GTA, let's just say, it's the real world in virtual reality. You could, the game company could rent out real estate for a billboard that you're driving past, or let's say on your mobile phone in the game, they have ads on the sides that are actually real ads, and that can actually do things. Or you're in AR, augmented reality, and you're seeing ads show up on your walls, or ads showing up virtually in different places. And some of it, I think a lot of it will be I guess what's the right term for it, some of it will kind of be passive marketing, where it's just they say in marketing, if you see something, someone needs to see something 5 times for them to become receptive of it. And so some of it will just be like that, where it's just a picture of Coca-Cola or a picture of your watch, or something like that, although maybe doesn't have a clear return on investment, it definitely internalizes your brand into people's mind. And that in itself is a part of marketing. But it could also be, maybe you have your website on there, or and so they see your website. Your website is super easy to remember. Your phone number is easy to remember, and it's still a source of traffic. And that's going to be a whole area that is going to emerge, and more things are going to come out, and we'll know more about it as the time comes. But right now, we can really only fantasize. We can really only dream and imagine what it's like, because it's still kind of off into the future. And I think as we see 5G come into place, and the removal of latency, and the fast speed of data transfer, I think that is going to really uplift and explode that, and we'll start to see that more in the coming years. So it's something as marketers we need to pay attention to, because I really do believe it will be the next thing. And the conclusion with this is, when thinking of traffic sources, getting traffic to your website, building awareness, driving sales, or just building brand awareness, is really the most successful companies, they think outside of the box. You have this, really, I think this is the difference between a successful company and a company destined to fail. Is a successful company is always thinking of creative ways to advertise their product, their brand, their website, their company. And think of it like Hulu has live sports. You see that sport. Hulu has live sports, and at the end of it, it's like, get that money. It catches people's attention. It makes people laugh. And it was a very creative and small thing that they did that had so much success in it. Or you could think of like Oreo during the Super Bowl when they had the power outage, and I forget exactly what it was, but instantaneously the graphic designers created an image and posted out right in front of people as the game was going on. And so guess now, because they made this perfect image that was so relevant to the situation about the power going out in the game, guess what? Now the whole eyes of America is looking at Oreo. And so things like that, you just have to think deeper. I think where a lot of companies fail is they're just so textbook, box cutter. They picked up a 500,000 page McGraw book, textbook that is outdated by tens of years, and they have these MBA people who are just thinking so numerical about it, and are forgetting about some of the things that you can't things that you can't put numbers behind, and that is the creative sense, the human sense, the human side of those things. So that's what I think about that. Don't spread yourself too thin by tackling every source possible. We kind of went over this a little bit, I think, but there's 20, 30, 100 traffic sources. There's 15, 20, 30 different places where you can run pay-per-click, PPC, ads. There's just so many different options. There's so many different directions you can take. And so you need to do your research on what is going to work for your company. You need to try and tackle maybe 3 to 5 of them, and really try to tackle 3 to 5, I'd say, and truly master one. And as time goes on and you're able to scale up and delegate, you can look to master more platforms. But I really think you should focus on one and really put a lot of effort into it, and then kind of focus on broad spectrum of the other relevant ones. And as you build up popularity in one, you can use that to send traffic to another. If you get popular on YouTube, you can send people to Instagram, and if you get popular on Instagram, you can send people back to YouTube, to Snapchat, to Twitter. And so as you kind of build up that following, there's a little bit of crossing that is a lot easier to do, because you can tell people what to do. And so be patient and objective. Seek to find what works. Don't go chasing gold. There's so many options, and so they all do so many different things. Facebook works well for certain areas. YouTube works well, and certain areas Twitter works well. And a good book to kind of understand this and kind of understand the language of social media and how to speak their languages and what to post where and what would work for your business is Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk, Social Media Master I read that book, and it gives you an understanding of how the platforms come together, how they all do their own individual thing, and how to post natively. So what I really did here, guys, is I created a broad overview. I know when I learn, I like to get a broad overview of things, and I like to get a broad overview of the entire picture. And when I do that, I'm able to look at it from the full picture, and then I can say, okay, this does this, 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 and that, and this one does this, this, and that, and this does this. And I can say by what I've done research on, this one will work really well, this one will work, this one will kind of work, maybe I shouldn't put it much time and effort. This one really has no relationship to my business. And so getting a broad overview, it gets your mind going, it gets you thinking, it gets ideas scrambling around in your brain, and it educates you on what's out there and what your options are. And in the future, I'm going to dive deeper into these platforms, and we'll go individually into each one, and I'll tell you guys what I know and what I think some of them are used for, tips, tricks, tactics. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you guys left a like and leave a comment. What did you think? What do you want to see in the future? What are your questions? I love to see that kind of stuff. I'd love to have conversations with you guys, and be able to add value. You guys to be able to add value to me. Criticisms, I'm open to it. Whatever. But I'll bring more videos to you guys like this, and so make sure to stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in another video.